In this video we're going to see if our 100 laps on the live stream endurance at Dragon Trail Gardens was worth it, and we're going to see if we can get back on track in this championship. Hey guys, and welcome along to another video. If this is your first time here and you like watching all sorts of GT Sport related stuff, subscribe now and click the bell icon so you get notified of every video I upload and you don't miss a thing. We're going to jump straight to qualifying for the next FIA manufacturers race, and you'll see that I crossed the line with 1 second to spare, which gave me 1 extra lap that got me into the top 10. There we are then, and here is us with Dan the Man, another member of the ERT community there. So it goes to show, make sure that you prep for qualifying. I crossed the line with less than 1 second to go, and it gave me 1 extra lap that got me into the top 10. Something I'm really happy with, because I've been working on that. So going into the first corner here, the PRST driver there is going to catch me out a little bit and brake a little bit early, so there's going to be a little bit of contact, but there's no issue there, no penalties given, so we're going to carry on all the same. So we have got 11 laps around Dragon Trail Garden in Group 3. Our aim, as always, we're going back to old school Eriez racing, is to stay conservative, let other people make mistakes and bring a good result home as we creep ever closer to A+. Now, I am going to half spin here, but we're only going to lose a couple of positions and everything's going to be absolutely fine. So if you're one of those guys who turns off when I start spinning, yes, I have noticed, hang on in there, we're going to be fine. So a little overzealous there on the loud pedal means we're going to lose a couple of places, one to Dan the Man and one to another Brit, but I'm not too worried about it at this stage. I'll allow myself one sort of half mistake at the start of the race. I knew that still this is my weakest point, but as long as I don't make another mistake, we should be absolutely fine. That sort of mistake there that's going on the left by the Italian is the kind of mistake we do not want to make. So with that, we are now back up to 11th, so we're still only net 1 place down from where we were before as we come into the final couple of turns here onto the front straight. This is another point here where I've just got to be careful with that application of the throttle, because it's all too easy to be spun right round, and if you were to do that at the start of this part of the circuit, you're going to be in a world of pain the whole way through turn 1 until you get to turn number 2. So really important we don't get it wrong and are very careful coming out of that final corner. Now coming through turns 3 and 4 here, I'm going to give the sausage curves a wide berth as the leader, or the pole sitter at least, in the green 911 is round and he is in for a world of pain. He's going to lose so much time coming all the way down this front straight here. What a nightmare for him. That is not what you want to happen. Just making a point going into that turn, my style of taking that corner is a little bit different from that guy in front, so it may look like I was going for a lunge, but I wasn't. I'm just going to keep it as tight as possible so I can straighten up the car as quickly as possible and get back on the power. I've adjusted the way that I take that corner to suit my driving style and my weaknesses, which is something that I would probably recommend that you guys do. Up ahead here, something's going on. I think the Aston has made a mistake, but we're going to go up the inside of both of them here and go all the way up to 8th in this corner. So we make the apex, so we're absolutely fine, and we pull off the double overtake, which I'm really happy with. So we are now at the end of lap number 2 up to 8th place. Jumping forward a lap here to start lap number 4, I put in my fastest lap of the race, and as you can see we've got a little bit of distance now between us and 9th, 10th and the others in the chasing pack. So my attention is going to turn to the Aston Martin up in front. We're going to try and pressure him by staying right with him into making a mistake. So it doesn't look like I have the run on him at this point coming down the back straight here, and to be honest, this isn't really the move for me anyway. I'm going to take a look up the inside to get him thinking about me anyway. All the way down into first here, be really careful with the application of the throttle, because we've learnt from lap number 1 and we haven't made a mistake since, which is something I'm really happy with, and something I should not be making if I'm quite honest. But this is where this guy is going to make a mistake. So he's going to run wide, miss the apex, go onto the gravel, and we're going to have the opportunity. So up the inside, but then I'm going to go deep myself. Have to be careful, back on the throttle again there. So he's managed to retake that position for now. But what it does tell me, whilst I didn't pull that off, it has told me that he is susceptible to a mistake if we put some pressure on him. So we'll be doing that going forward. But we're not actually going to have to do that, as he gets on the grass and round he goes there, and he's going to force himself to go into the pit. So he's going to dive into the pits there. As we come across to start lap number 5, we're going to be up into 5th place at this point. So the guy who's out behind us, he's just come out of the pits, he's on medium, so I expect, because we're on hards and they're beginning to get a little bit worn, that he will be on our tail very shortly. So here he is there, he's right with us, and to be honest, if he's going to make a move, I'm not going to hold myself up trying to defend it at this point. I'm going to come in either the next lap or in 2 laps time, so there's no point wasting loads and loads of time defending it, because basically it's counterproductive. If I spend loads and loads of time defending this guy, then we're just going to lose time on the track, which eventually, once everybody's pitted, will pan out into track position. So I expect him to be really quick with the more grip that he's got through this collection of right-handers. You can see that my hard worn tyres are absolutely screaming at this point. So as we come down this short straight bit here, I'm going to go to the right and I'm going to put on my indicator telling him basically go down the left hand side. I'm going to brake a little bit earlier to let him through there, so I don't really lose any time at all at this point. But then he's going to get a boatload of oversteer on the way out and lose momentum. So I think, you know what, sod this, I don't want to lose any time, so we're going to retake the position here. If he was to go off into the distance, then fair enough, but it looks as if he hasn't quite got them working at the moment, so I can't afford to lose time to the 2 guys up in front, so I just simply retook the position. Hopefully if he tries it again, he's actually going to make the move stick, and I expect the next opportunity for him, as this is now our in-lap, is going to be down here. He's going to have so much more grip than us coming into the big braking zone. So as you can see there, I can see him coming, so I was going to turn in, I choose not to turn in. Hopefully his friend, oh there you go, so his friend was going to go and try and follow him through, but then he got a boatload of oversteer and ended up on the inside barrier there. So all in all, we haven't lost too much time to the 2 guys up in front there, the guys in 3rd and 4th, which were our barometer of how much time it took for that guy to overtake us. But this is our in lap now. We're going to come in and get another set of hard tyres, and then that will be us going to the end. In this manufacturer series, you don't need to worry about fuel, it's all about tyre wear. I think it was on times 15 or something. So we're going to come in, get some new hards on, and let's see how it all pans out. So we're going to put some new boots on here, no need to refuel as I say, and it's all going to shake out and we're going to end up in 7th place. If you look up ahead, critically, Dan the man up in front there is going to hold on to his 5th place against the Aston. So the Frenchman in the Aston there, which is going to be absolutely critical later on in this race. So for now, my next aim is to get my head down and get back up behind that Frenchman in the Aston in front and see if we can make a move. So we jump forward to the next lap here, and as you can see, we've got real close to him. We've really gained on him here. As I say, we've probably got better tyres at this point, so we've got the advantage, and we are going to initiate probably the longest pass that I've ever tried in Gran Turismo Sport. So I'm trying to set him up here for a pass that I'm going to try and do all the way down at the bottom part of the track, if you look on the mini-map, into the hairpin. So I'm going to go up the inside here, and basically he's going to miss the apex at this point, so I'm going to go tight here, tighter than I normally would there, which is going to give me the run on him coming all the way down this back straight. So I'm going to force him to the inside here, sold him a bit of a dummy to the left to move him over to the left, and then went to the right. I'm going to brake a little bit earlier than usual so I can get the cut on him here, turn a little bit later. We look like we've made the move, but this is where it all goes wrong. Keep an eye on the zone map here. It's just unfortunate. So he's going to get on the power there, lose it, and he's just going to hit us in the rear, and we're going to get spun into the wall. He's going to get a 4-second penalty for his troubles, but that's not the end of it for us, as this guy here, the Frenchman, is just going to chuck it up the inside in the Lexus, bumping us off. He's going to get a penalty himself. More contact as I get swallowed up by the mid-pack. So we're down to 11th now, 1 place lower than when we started, so it's not a disaster at this point, and we're going to have about 2.5 laps to see what we can make up. Now the rear's getting a bit loose, I don't know why that is. Maybe I lit the tyres up when I was trying to keep going. Essentially, we're going to have more worn tyres than we would have done had we not spun round. So the car's a little bit tail happy at the moment, so I'm going to have to be careful of that. But 2 of the guys up in front, the one who initiated the contact in the first place got a 4-second penalty, and the other guy who just lobbed it up the inside with the, I think he was in a Lexus, got a 2-second penalty. So we're going to see, interestingly, as you can see up in front, the new penalty system in effect here. And it'll be interesting to see in the comments down below what you guys think of it. I personally think it's great. So watch what happens here. We're going to go through the gate here, and both of them are going to be forced to serve their penalty in probably one of the 2 worst places you can do it on this track. So we're now back up to 9th place, so all is not lost. Let's see if we can just get 1 or 2 more places to get some more of those championship points. Now you will have seen, had you been on the stream, I think it was a couple of nights ago, that I was grinding Group 2 with Suzuka. The reason I did that is it's because it is a pretty favourable combination for me. I pretty much think that's my favourite combination, and we managed to gain quite a lot of driver rating points. So in terms of the championship points on offer, I believe if you're in the top 10 you should get in or around 1,000 points, which is going to be my benchmark at this point. I want to get at least 1,000 points per eligible race, basically. So there's only a few races that count over the whole championship, and in those ones I want to get at least 1,000 points in each of them. And as you would have seen, we are now up to 8, so if I can hold on to that, I'm fairly confident we're going to get in or around that. So now that we're on the final lap, I just want to reflect, as I always do, on the races that we've had, as long as we can keep that guy who is in our rear view behind us, but I'm confident we can. So the aim for me was consistency. I made a little bit of an error on the first lap, as you guys would have seen, but other than that I've been pretty much error free. I think the issue that we had, I'm pretty confident in saying, wasn't our fault, but I don't want to dwell on it. It is what it is, and we're back up to 8th anyway, but it could have been so much more, unfortunately. But from a consistency point of view, I think I've had a decent race at this point. Also, I think what has helped was probably the 100 laps that I did last Sunday. So that is going to be the thing that I do now for my practice. I'm going to mix it up so we can have a bit of a fun time with a stream. So next race up that I'll be doing is Group 4 at Monza. So I'll be doing a Sunday evening endurance stream. I think we might do 100 laps or 2 hours or something like that. It will be on the channel live streaming from 6 PM on Sunday. So hopefully I will see you all there, because it clearly pays dividends. As we cross the line, we collect 999 championship points, and we also gain 100 driver rating points. And that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Again, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.